It's all right, brother.
Walking out to the Grinch theme song. Definitely not in the Christmas spirit.
And here we have, making his way to the cage, Jesse Henry, overtime. Henry, 6'3", 26 years of age, 8 mixed martial arts fight in his career. His last fight was a third-round submission win over Darren Brooks with the triangle choke. He's had 4 fights in 2019. He's gone 2-2 so far, seeing if he can top the year off with a victory. There we see the final touches by him and his coaches. This should be an explosive middleweight fight with the 26-year-old Henry taking on Alvaro Hurtado. Seeing if he can spoil the Christmas spirit of Alvaro Hurtado. Jesse, overtime, Henry, ready for action.
Please welcome to the red corner, Alvaro Hurtado.
Getting the crowd going here. Got a lot of support, sounds like it. Mr. Hurtado. Here he comes.
And here we have, making his way to the cage, Alvaro Hurtado, 5-1 in mixed martial arts, 5'10", 26 years of age. His last fight was a first-round knockout victory over Andrew Sterling in August of 2018. Kicked his career off in mixed martial arts with 4 straight victories. Has since suffered 1 defeat. Now standing at 5-1, looking to bring things back, balance things out. Says he has no family here in the U.S. minus his team. His mom and little brother, who he helps take care of. His family is all in Colombia. Is in school to be a paramedic. His first fight back in Houston in a long time. Says he met his trainer, Drew Radicek, as he was a sophomore in high school and would train off-season wrestling over at Drew's school. Has been training with him ever since. And there you see the final touches with him and his coach. Two experienced amateurs gonna square up in our second fight of the evening.
Should be a lot of action in this one. And for amateurs, they both have a lot of experience, so we should be expecting a good fight here.
Alvaro Hurtado.
Pumped up and ready to go?
Ready for action. Yes, sir. He looks fired up.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next match is scheduled 3 rounds of the Fury Amateur Series middleweight division. Introducing your first competitor fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 6 feet 6 inches tall, he weighed in the division at 182.6 pounds. Representing Slow Fight Club and fighting out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Tonight, he seeks his 5th victory as an amateur. Introducing Jesse, overtime, Henry. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, he weighed in 184 pounds even. Representing American Combative Systems, he holds an amateur record of 4 victories, only 2 defeats. This is Alvaro Hurtado. Your referee,
Jesse Henry. Alvaro Hurtado. And this fight is officially underway.
Let's see if Mr. Henry can use his height advantage, get a jab going.
Yeah, that's the first thing you notice right off
Real
the bat
tall,
is
yeah,
the
man.
length
6'6".
of Henry.
They listed him at 6'6" as they announced it. I was like, Jesus. Oh, looks tall from here.
Let's see if Hurtado can take advantage of being that close to his legs and use his wrestling experience to put Hurtado on his back. I'm sorry, Mr. Henry on his back. But
Nice leg kick.
Hurtado's looking happy to oblige him with the punches. And they're throwing down here tonight at Fury Fighting Championship 40. Side kick there by Henry.
He ran right into that as he threw it. That was kind of a meet in the middle there. I don't know if that was playing.
Put a little bit of stink on
yeah,
that.
I think he's recovering there from it a little bit.
And Henry
Opening up.
opening up on, yep, there you, Hurtado now in deep with the double A. Can he finish it?
Nice.
Dumps him nicely onto his back. Looking to pass at the same time. That's a good call. Don't let your opponent settle into this closed guard. Half guard is a wonderful position to be in if you love to do ground and pound. And right now, he's got to be careful that. Almost stopped for a second. Oh, triangle attempt here by.
Yeah.
And
Henry's got the overhook here on his right arm. He got it trapped, and it's preventing Alvarado from getting out.
Hurtado trying to.
That's what's really trapping him in there, man. He's got letting go of it now. He's locking it up.
That's tight from this angle right here.
They're dry too, man. First round. Oh,
Can Hurtado survive this triangle position?
Looks deep.
We can see his face right now.
Armbar as well.
It's not traditionally locked in here,
Alvarado hanging tough.
but Henry's making the adjustments. Can he finish it?
Alvarado doing a nice job putting the knee across the neck to defend. Nice.
Nice
That
defense
was
there by Hurtado.
That was a very experienced move to run the knee across the neck. Kind of a dick move to do if you're in jiu-jitsu class, but we're fighting
Hey, brother,
here.
this is a fight.
Yeah, we're fighting here. That was
Hurtado survives, seeing if he can.
very impressive from Hurtado.
Let's see if he can make Henry pay for that. Oh, crucifix position
He
now.
might have pissed him off. Yeah, look like he did. He's ready to pound on him now.
Henry's feet are on the cage here. See if he can use that length to try to crawl out.
Knee on
But
belly. No, right over to the mount.
Hurtado transitions nicely from knee to
Turn
belly
over,
to mount.
turn over. He's raining down some punches.
Hurtado raining down punches. Can he finish this fight? Referee Jeff Rexrow taking a close look at the action.
Oh,
Big
cover
shots.
through.
Wow.
He's giving up his back. Just keep pounding on him. Referee's taking a real close look at it.
There's just some big shots being landed by Hurtado now. Henry in deep trouble.
He's going for. He's got a really, really bad position here. To even get
Oh,
off-
those
get
hammer
off
fists
the
are
foot.
nasty. Rexrow warning Henry that he needs to move or he's going to stop the fight.
10 seconds.
Short
Can he finish
time
it
left.
Before the end of the round. He's opening up.
Alvaro
Flip down
Hurtado,
away.
can he do it? Can he finish him before the end of the round? And Henry survives. Wow.
Man, that was a barrage of punches. Let's see if he's going to be able to recover
let's
in
see how
that
he
1 minute, man.
Does he stand up wobbly?
He looked a little wobbly. His ref for his corner had to come and sit him down.
He put on a good poker face, though, because
Yeah.
you can tell he wanted to wobble a little bit.
Man, I was really, again, impressed with Hurtado bringing the knee across the neck. When he was deep in that triangle, it was right here in front of us. I mean, the triangle was deep. I personally thought he was stuck. Did a great veteran move, brought the knee across the neck, put the pressure on the head, able to pop out of it, and he took over the round.
And a lot of credit to Jesse Overtime Henry. They don't call him Overtime for no reason. He was able to weather that storm or actually survive that storm.
Yeah.
And so, as you see him, he earned the right to go to a second round.
Yeah, see if he can get his wits about him. He definitely survived that. You know, we also got to look at Alvarado. You know, man, hopefully he didn't gas himself out, you know, trying to close the show there at the end of the round.
And as you see the experience difference with these two fighters compared to our last fight, probably the reason why Jeff Rexrow let that position go as longer than he did. We've seen several amateur fights stopped a little bit sooner. Jeff Rexrow showing the respect to the experience of these two amateur fighters. I'm so excited to see how they respond in this second round now. Did Hurtado blow his wad in that last flurry? Because now we see Henry opening up with the offensive.
And Alvarado comes forward with a barrage of punches, shoots back down for a double.
Can he finish it? Hurtado finishes the takedown. Henry was trying to go for a submission in the midst of that takedown. Hurtado slipped out of it.
Yeah, he almost kind of invited that takedown. He was trying to set something up on the way down.
Yeah, kind of those modified front guillotine choke.
He's got long legs, too, again, for the height that we were talking about, how tall he is. I'm pretty sure he's got a lot of sneaky ways to set up triangles, and it looks like he's already kind of trapping the left side of Alvarado again is where he set it up the last time. Left side of the arm, I mean, excuse me. Alvarado a little more aware of it this round.
And both these fighters, though being amateur, I mean, they're showing a lot of professional traits here. Hurtado's doing a lot of good ground and pound.
His legs, man, just long, lanky legs. You got to watch out for him.
Hurtado trying to post, finding the room he needs to land some shots. He's landed some really good shots from the closed guard position. Then that last round and this round as well. Henry will definitely be feeling those tomorrow. Right now he's in the midst of the battle, doing like a Kimura from the bottom attempt. I've never seen that pulled off. Let's see if we can see something special here tonight.
Oh, I think that was a tap. Referee needs to get a close look at it.
If he doesn't get the submission, he might achieve better position with the attempt.
Oh, man, that's nasty.
I think Hurtado, though.
Oh, Hurtado holding on tough, man, but that definitely can't feel good.
Yeah, Hurtado
opening up on the body there, see if he can loosen there. He got it loose now.
Was letting Henry eat up his energy with that submission attempt as he rode out on top and then pounded away towards the finish.
Yeah, Hurtado's showing a lot of heart here. Two real deep submissions. He's able to just tough it out.
And he is steadily pounding away with some beautiful ground and pound, like Tito Ortiz style.
Postured up here, really putting the pressure down.
Raining down punches. Jeff Rexroad is taking a close look.
He got past that leg there. He's posturing out.
Henry still trying to look for submissions, even though he's in a world of trouble with this ground and pound. A lot of heart with both these fighters.
10-second mark.
Wow, that seemed like a quick round. A lot of action going on in this second round. And Hurtado choosing to finish strong with these gorilla-like hammer fists.
He brought that down from the jungles of Colombia, that ground and pound there. He wasn't playing at all.
That dude is tough, man. Yeah. Both of these fighters.
It was a great fight. Great fight for amateur guys, man. He's real experience here. Again, impressed with Alvarado, man. He toughed out that, I don't know, it's like a reverse key lock, kind of, I don't know what you would call that arm crank that Henry was trying. I'm pretty sure he pulls that off a lot, because that's a real sneaky way he set it up, too, from the bottom.
It's one of the fewest submissions you see pulled off in mixed martial arts as a key lock, and that was an upside-down key lock, and so that would have been something special to see. You have to wonder, what is Jesse Henry's corner telling him that they have to know that he's down by 2 in this round.
They are.
That if he's gonna lose swinging.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking those setups that he had from the first round and the second round, I think those are kind of favorites that he goes to because of his long, lanky body, you know, with the submissions. And he hasn't been able to pull them off, so I don't know if he wants to give up another round on his back attacking those some of his favorite submissions.
Yeah, I agree. Henry has not been able to get off of his back. Needs to avoid the ground this round at all costs.
So he's opening up now. He's pressuring forward with some strikes. I mean, I think his coach told him, you know, hey, man, it's the third round. You're behind 2.
Will Jesse Henry make a stunning comeback? Alvaro Hurtado continue the pressure and his dominance. Walk away with his 6th victory. Now they're close again. Possible takedown attempt here for Hurtado. Henry needs to avoid this at all costs and continue pummeling. Goes for the guillotine. Needs to be careful not to give up position because he's going to have a hard time getting up. He's got those long legs.
Long legs, and I was just thinking about his hair, Alvarado's hair, man. It's gonna be really hard to kind of yank your head out. Your hair kind of traps his arm in there.
Needs to be careful not
traps
to get
his head in there. I'm sorry.
Not to get Von Flue choked here. Hurtado doing a good job pushing the chin.
Head out, he's out. And again, he's there on the bottom.
Kimura attempt now by Hurtado. Can he finish this? Can he seal the deal and put an exclamation point on this victory? with a submission victory. He's already won the first 2 rounds, on his way to win the third. Can he close out the show? I like how Hurtado has that arm trap with the one arm. Could be like a one-arm Kimura if he went down to the blade of the hand. He's enjoying top position, opting to pound him out instead. Time is running thin for Jesse Henry.
He looks a little frustrated there too. He's got his head laying back. I think he's actually just like frustrated really now, because he's not really fighting even that Kimura to get his arm back. Hasn't been going his way. Frustration might be setting in. Alvarado stepping over to a side mount position, laying down some bombs.
Quarter guard, modified quarter guard position for Hurtado.
Referee taking a close look at it.
Henry's still alert, but just eating some punishing blows there by Hurtado. Oh, went for a bump, ended up getting mounted instead. Short time left.
Alvarado's closing the show. Mount position, raining down some punches.
And Alvaro Hurtado finishing round 2 from the mount position, raining down punches. Very likely to win a unanimous decision there.
Great
with that performance. Helping up his opponent, the double tough Jesse Henry. Ate a lot of shots in that fight. Did not give up at all. Showed a lot of heart. Credit to both fighters in this particular fight. Pretty easy fight to score, though.
Yeah, it looked like it'll be a 3-0, all 3 rounds for Mr. Hurtado. Came out, showed out in front of the home crowd.
And our second fight of the evening here at Fury Fighting Championship 40 goes to the decision. Once again, those of you viewing at home on our live stream at Fight TV, I am Todd Moore. Call the action here with Nick the Ghost Gonzalez. Humble, Texas, Eric Garcia and Garcia Promotions.
Fury 40, number 40, big 4-0.
Action-packed card here tonight. Topped off with our main event with the Light Heavyweight Championship. Ike Villanueva taking on Rashad Coulter. Co-main event, LaVille Simpson taking on the double tough Will Morris in a 155-pound championship fight. That will be interesting. And our co-main event with Washington Luis taking on Charlie Ontiveros. 2 deadly strikers. Hoping that one will not see
3 rounds. I don't think it will. Stylistically, it's a fun matchup too. You know, Washington Luis, obviously with the Brazilian Muay Thai, and then Charlie Ontiveros, more of a traditional martial artist and Taekwondo karate background. So it's going to be really interesting to see the 2 different styles match up in MMA.
All 3 judges scored like 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Alvaro Hurtado.
And Alvaro Hurtado with another mixed martial arts victory here tonight. Very tough performance over a double tough Jesse Henry. There we see him and his team over at ACS. Congratulations to Alvaro Hurtado. Looking forward to another fight, to seeing him fight again here soon on Fury Fighting Championship. And that brings us along to our next fight of the evening, as we got Americo Garcia taking on Jacob Miller in a 135-pound amateur showdown. And this is our second to last show of the year. Next week, Fury Fighting Championship will be in Dallas, but promoter Eric Garcia having the platform for some of the best mixed martial arts talent of the nation to hone their skills as they try to make it to the UFC.
And that'll be his first show in Dallas, correct? Make his way to Big D.
Yes, it will be.
Eric Garcia doing wonderful in Texas, really staying afloat, pushing shows, getting shows done. You know, a lot of shows come and go, but been around. Now he's starting to travel and really like to see the growth of Fury.
And that brings us along to our next matchup here, as we got a young prodigy in Jacob Miller from Urban Jungle. Here we see him making his way to the cage, 20 years old, has been training with his coach, Tony, since he was 7 years old, former high school wrestler, current blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This will be his mixed martial arts debut, the first of hopefully many in his mixed martial arts journey. There we see him getting final touches from his coach. 20 years old, making his mixed martial arts debut. Starting off young, isn't he, Nick?
Very young, very young. And to think at 20 years old, he's been training since he was 7. He's making his debut at 20. He's probably had plenty of awards in the gym since then, you know.
Yeah, and also talking to his coach earlier in the back, you know, he's a former high school wrestler, has done multiple grappling tournaments. I mean,
got the one-on-one competitive experience. That's going to count a lot here.
And just looking at this kid, I mean, you can't judge a book by this cover, but man, that kid is ripped. I mean, he's obviously taking it seriously to develop his body. Looks super excited warming up in the gym. Hey, he's got a Texas tattoo. I'm already a fan.
Can't go wrong with that. Texas-made Todd Moore loves a Texas tattoo.
Damn right. It's an easy way.
The kid's got experience, you know, one-on-one competitive experience, whether it's grappling, tournaments, or the wrestling matches. That counts as experience when you come in here into the cage. Same as, you know, they use amateur boxing or amateur or jiu-jitsu tournaments as one-on-one experience into the format of MMA. His wrestling and grappling experience is really going to count. He looks really confident tonight, too.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, mate. Many people that come up to me and ask, like, you know, what should they do to become a fighter? Say, hey, first things first, man. You know, you got to get some competition experience under your belt.
Absolutely,
the last thing you want to do is your first competition experience be under those bright lights in a cage.
Yeah, for a real fight.
And believe it or not, there's been plenty of idiots that have gone, okay, I'm just going to just jump out there. And
oh, no, yeah, there's plenty. I know quite a few, yeah. Like, well, how was it? Definitely not my taste, so. You know, some people just have to learn the hard way. They get out there, things don't go their way, and they decide it's not for them. But that one-on-one competition you're getting in wrestling, in amateur boxing, in grappling matches will really help you kind of, I think, settle the nerves when you come into the actual fight platform. Definitely a different sport where you're fighting. There's punches, kicks, takedowns, everything involved. But that one-on-one competitive experience where you're going to have to dig down deep and, you know, soul search to get a win sometimes.
And then we see the final touches for Americo Garcia, also making his mixed martial arts debut. Not much is known about this man. Not much to look up on Tapology. Representing Cadejo BJJ. And we were talking about the body of Jacob Miller earlier.
Kid's yoked out too, man. He's little mighty midgets here.
This kid right here, and then Garcia looking just as ripped.
Yeah.
It should be an explosive matchup.
This should be an action-packed fight. And then they're also 135-pounders. These guys never get tired, man.
Man, both of them 20 years of age.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking Americo looks younger, man. He looks like he's underage.
133.6 pounds. Representing Cadejo BJJ and fighting out of Laredo, Texas tonight. He too makes his amateur debut. This is Americo Garcia.
From Laredo, Texas. That says a lot there. Laredo's border town, not a lot to do. You know, you got to look out for these guys that come from these little border towns and just small towns in general in Texas. Not a lot to do, a lot of time to train.
Americo Garcia, Jacob Miller. And this fight is officially underway. Southpaw versus conventional matchup. Oh, man.
Slip and fall with the
Both
high
the-
kick attempt.
And,
Nice
lateral
hip
drop.
Nice. Lateral drop, excuse me.
And these boys are coming out explosive.
Whoa.
Big slam there by Jacob Miller. I love it.
Big brother him. I think Jacob Miller was letting him know who was the boss.
Wow, that kid's got some power.
He picked him up like nothing, man.
I know, to pick up another grown
135
man.
Pound, yeah, 135 pounds like doing a snatch, you know? Or a clean jerk, and then a slam down.
Oh, big left hand there by Miller.
That hand, that
then
left hand hurt him.
Garcia now flew right into a flying like triangle or armbar attempt. No stranger to the mat himself.
Yeah, he's throwing up arms.
Oh, wow, he's eating hammer fists right now.
He's throwing up his legs, man. He's definitely confident on the ground. He got some quick hips there, popped the legs up to get snatch the arms up. But
Man, Miller is fired up.
yeah, I'm going for the omoplata here now. Picked up again, slam down.
Another slam.
Oh.
And oh my goodness,
Held on to
good.
that omoplata.
Garcia turned that aggression right into a triangle choke.
See if we can pop him here a little bit more and maybe soften him up. But
I think we're going to see Miller try for another slam. He slammed him twice already. He's
he-
proven that he's able to pick him up with no problem.
Garcia got that foot under the kneecap, the knee now.
But he's put himself in a real pickle here now, being in
Yeah.
that triangle. He's got his arm in the position to buy him some time, but
That's
that
gonna
wears
drain
on
some
you.
energy out. It's gonna drain some energy out of him, man. If he stays in there the whole round, the rest of the round.
And Miller came out in a full sprint. You got to wonder right now, if now the nerves are starting to settle in, now that energy drop, and see how that affects him in his very first mixed martial arts fight. Great composure there showed by Garcia. He weathered the storm, now has turned this into a submission attempt.
Right. And then again, if he doesn't finish that submission, that's gonna wear a lot of energy out on the youngster there, Mr. Miller. Just having being in that position, you know, it's gonna be energy draining for him. Garcia looks like he's trying to tighten it up again.
And this would have been a great spot if they were pros to throw some elbows from Garcia's position, but
Well, there he goes, opening up with some punches. I think he heard you. He can't throw elbows. He said, I'll throw some punches.
there was some hammer fists.
Oh,
Transitioning
they
to
switched
armbar.
Miller did a nice job of seeing that. Kind of posturing up a little bit to save it, but he's almost
Transition
out.
to omoplata.
Oh man, Miller kind of just muscling his way out of that.
Miller postures up, goes for an ass punch. There's an awkward spot to find some openings to throw a punch.
Just manhandling, man. Just picking him up, kind of moving around. Like, there's a
Slips out.
big difference in their strength.
Yeah, I like that power display
Yeah.
by Miller.
Let him know that, you know, he's a big brother in there. You know, Garcia's slick, you know, off his back. He's more of the jiu-jitsu guy, but he has some pretty quick little hips there, popping up, attacking in different arms. Omoplata.
First round almost in the books. Explosive first round. I have to give a slight edge to Miller, though, even though that was a great position there by Garcia with that possible triangle choke. And both of them still look fresh, too.
Yeah. I was wondering that myself. I was like wondering how they're going to judge that. You know, some judges might look at that triangle attempt as a near finish. Some judges might like the top position that Miller had in control. I mean,
who was closer to finishing who? I mean, that submission attempt, I mean, how close was he to finishing Miller? I don't think he was in super danger. You know, he was in danger, but he wasn't close to being finished.
But also, too, the big slams from Miller, I think I counted three or four big slams. It shows a lot of dominance. Judges like that as well. So
And some hella hammer fists landed as well from those positions. So I just give a slight edge to Miller. If I had to score that round, I give Miller that one. But Garcia showed a lot of composure from a very intense opponent. Very excited to see how they respond in this second round.
Yeah, I wonder what his coaches are telling him there. Like, hey, man, quit letting him slam your ass around.
Yeah, I wonder if Miller's coaches are telling him, like, you know, hey, you know.
Take a step back, slow down a little bit. But remember, I mean, he's bullying through the kid, you know. So I think once he felt that he can do it again.
Round two underway. Southpaw, Jacob Miller. Oh, big leg kick. Make Garcia
head kick.
stumble.
I think the head kick caught through. Oh, wasn't flush, but it definitely rocked him.
Miller putting Garcia in trouble, and Garcia going for the single leg, unable to finish.
The head kick definitely hurt him.
Miller able to get those heavy hips, land in top position to defend that takedown attempt.
Garcia got the legs trapped there with the like a half guard. Hopefully Miller can keep Miller close to him because I think he's still kind of recovering from that head kick. Miller wants to get down, rain down some punches here.
Half guard position, as I've said many times, it's a great position for some ground and pound if you can pull it off well.
He lets Garcia back up to his feet. I think this is where Miller wants to be. I think he knows where he got the kind of the slight edge on the feet. versus the ground. He's definitely competent to stay out of the submissions, but I think favors Miller on the feet.
Yeah, Miller just trying to bull over Garcia. He just feels very confident in his ability just to take us anywhere from the ground just to the feet. Tough debut fight for both fighters. Americo Garcia.
Oh, nice little knee there.
Showing a lot of mettle to not making an easy night for Jacob Miller. Had this been anybody else, I'm sure this has been a quick night for Jacob Miller, but Garcia's been showing some mettle.
Yeah, Miller stepped right through, sliced the leg right through, now he's over at half guard. He definitely didn't want to stay in the guard position again because we've seen Garcia attack from there. You know, he's very confident in the guard position.
Yeah, Garcia's a crafty grappler.
Yeah. But again, from the half guard position, didn't seem to be as dominant or confident with the attacks.
Yeah, you're a little bit pinned up there.
Yeah.
You're tangled up, and so Kimura attempt now by Miller. Can he finish it?
He's going to give him a taste of his own medicine.
It was from Kimura to straight armbar to Americana attempt. We call that the arm trap series. Garcia recognizing it, just didn't make it easy for Miller to secure that position. Another great position if they were pros for Miller to be throwing elbows in. Cross-face attempt, going to try to flatten out Garcia. Just a bull move.
Trying to step over there for the full mount. And he's kind of pretty much got it there, minus the foot stuck on the leg.
Quarter guard here position for Miller. Raining down punches. Hurt Garcia in a world of trouble. Referee Joe Solis looking on very closely.
Garcia's doing a good job of defending. We see a lot of punches coming down. Nothing's really landing clean through, so Garcia definitely defending. Referee giving him the chance to stay in there, but yeah.
And referee Joe Solis stops the fight. Jacob Miller with a TKO victory in his mixed martial arts debut. Americo Garcia unhappy with the call.
Yeah, contesting it. I mean, I don't think he was hurt. I think he was actually turning his back to scramble, but you know, these kids is an amateur, man. It's his debut. Live to fight another day, man. Learn from this and move on.
If this was a professional matchup, I would vouch for keeping the fight going, but
and they're kids. They're 20 years old. They got a lot of career ahead of them.
And it wasn't the opening round; it was the second round. You know, he gave Garcia a couple of chances to.
Well, he took some shots. He definitely covered up, but he took some. You know, so and the referee's in there. Referee's got the best view. You know, I learned that when I was in there myself. You got the best view. You know, as you know, like.
And also, that was a tough debut for both fighters. You know, I'd love to see both competitors against, different competition. I think this is a matchup where you see, a good chance for both of these fighters to become successful and look back and be like, man, I can't believe our first fight was against each other. Because Garcia showed some good technique and some good composure in some of those tight spots. But tonight is Jacob Miller's night. I mean, he just tried to bull through anybody that was going to be in front of him there tonight.
Yeah, that was a great fight, man. I mean, Garcia looks really, really disappointed over there. The referee still explained to him, like, hey, look, little youngster, I was trying to save your ass and continue to fight. No, but really, again, he's a young kid. 20 years old, he's got a bright future ahead of him. These kids were talented. We might see the next world champion here. You know, this is both of them. It was a very exciting fight for both of them.
How you been, brother?
I'm around if you need me.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Solis calls for a stop in action. 2 minutes, 54 seconds in round number 2, declaring a winner by TKO due to strikes, Jacob Miller.
And Jacob Miller there wearing the Loaded Pistols fightwear shirt, styling and profiling with those sunglasses too. Very confident we'll see a lot more of this young man in the future. And there you see him with his team, Urban Jungle.
Urban Jungle been around forever.
Yeah,
they've been one of those teams when he one of the beginning of the Houston MMA scene. I remember hearing about these guys.
Yeah, and it looks like they got themselves a winner here in Jacob Miller. Looking forward to seeing a lot more of this young man's future, especially here in Fury Fighting Championship.